everyone. This is Deborah Collins with the Gold's Gym Franchisee Association. I want to thank everyone for joining us today. We are so excited to have Karen Perlmutter with us to present about Smart Fitness University. She has some great updates on what is new with Smart Fitness and how it can support your business. Before we introduce Karen and our panelists today, I would like to draw your attention to the screen. I'm showing you this week's issue of The Brief, which is the GGFA e-newsletter. As you know, this comes out every Tuesday, and I wanted to make sure that everyone knows that the GGFA Annual Owners Conference is already in promotion. We will very soon be opening registration to franchisees, and so we hope that you'll watch for that and register for this great event. We are privileged to have Cynthia Montgomery joining us as the keynote speaker for this year's event. We'll be in New York City once again. Right now, the GGFA is very actively involved in executing 4 magnificent workshops facilitated by Blair McCaney, as all of you know, owner of the Gold's Gyms in Wenatchee, Washington. Ginger is actually traveling to Seattle today. We already have hosted the Jersey City workshop, but tomorrow we host the same workshop in Seattle. You really literally could appear there and register on site, but we highly recommend you register ahead of time. The August dates are August 9th in Dallas and August 23rd in Atlanta. And so you can, through the GGFA app on your smartphone or through the e-newsletter, The Brief, you can easily register in either of those places. So I'm going to, at this time, pass the screen over to Karen so she has an opportunity to get set up and ready. So we'll see the screen transition to Karen's PowerPoint. But before I introduce Karen, I want to let you know that we're also very happy to have Joe Harrison with us, who is a partner in the Gold's Gyms of Virginia and Minnesota. Sorry, Joe, forget about Minnesota. And he also serves on the GGFA Executive Board. Joe is part of a fantastic team, and he's going to share his expertise and experience with Smart Fitness. We are also possibly expecting Mike Kennedy, who is part of the executive team of the Gold's Gyms of Los Angeles. But Karen will let you know whether he will actually be able to join us. Nonetheless, get ready for a great webinar. Each of you have come in as an attendee with a muted line. If you have a telephone connection, when Karen is ready for Q&A, be sure to just click on the hand symbol. We would love to unmute your line so that you can have some open dialogue with Karen and with Joe. If you have a microphone connection, it's probably better to type your comment or question into your question box on your screen. I will read your questions and comments and announce you by name as we do that. So that's also a great way to interact with Karen and Joe. We also will have poll questions, which Karen's prepared, so that will be fun. And I really encourage everyone in the audience today to participate when you see these questions on the screen, to please respond with your mouth. We'd love to have that interaction as well. So without further ado, I'm going to just give you just a little bit of background about Karen, and then she'll have the floor to begin her presentation. You may know her. Many of you, especially franchisees, have probably known Karen for years because she was a manager of corporate relations for NASM for 15 years. So she joined Smart Fitness with a wealth of experience and knowledge in this area. And she's been a great, one of the reasons that the program has been so successful. She holds the position of vice president, and I think she really is the ambassador, for the program all over the country. So I'm going to let her talk more about Smart Fitness and how it started in her presentation. But Karen, thank you so much for joining us today.
Well, thank you, Deborah, and thank you, Joe, for joining us and everyone on the call. I know that there's several raving fans on our call, and I'm excited to share our updates with you. I'm very, very excited to share Smart Fitness with new people on the call. Basically, the way that Smart Fitness kind of came about was coincidentally when I was at NASM, I had been approached by a group of a 12 club owner of Gold's Gyms, actually, and they wanted to brand the certification, and they wanted it accredited, of course, and they wanted to be able to certify literally as many trainers as they wanted to. They didn't want just that 25% discount. They wanted unlimited usage. But anyway, NASM, didn't want to be part of that, and they went to some other accredited bodies of certification, and the NCCPT was thrilled to do it. So basically, they partnered, and that's how we came to be. So what you're looking at right now is actually, we do have it Gold's Gym branded. This is the sign-in page. And I think before I start the presentation, we'll go ahead and start with a couple of the poll questions. Deborah, do you want to go ahead and post the first one?
Okay, absolutely. So what I'm going to do, Karen, and I'm going to launch the first poll question, and it's funny because the presenters usually don't see this or see the results, but I'll read them as we go. The first question, everyone, is how many trainers do you have in your gym or gyms? If you have multiple locations, please respond with the total number of trainers. So 1 to 5, 6 to 10, or 11 to 20. And if you have more than 20, just select the top one, please. So I'm going to give everyone 5 seconds to count down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Karen, I'm going to close the poll. I'm going to share the results so that you can hear. Karen, no one responded 1 to 5 trainers. 22% of this group selected 6 to 10 trainers, and a whopping 78% of those present today said that they have 11 or more trainers.
That's awesome.
Okay.
Okay, and let's go ahead and launch the next question.
Okay, the next question is, everyone, how many trainers do you want? Especially if that's a different number than you currently have. Okay, and the choices are the same. Okay, I'm going to count down, Karen. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Close the poll and share the results. Karen, again, no one chose 1 to 5. 10% of your group said 6 to 10, and 90% said 11 to 20, or more. That's an interesting result.
Perfect.
I'm going to hide that. You want the third question now?
Yeah, let's go with the third one.
Okay. So everyone, as you can see, we're going to go ahead and launch all of these questions one after another, and then you can sit back and enjoy the presentation. Okay, the next question is, do you have an employee certified from opening to close in your gym that is actually CPR or AED certified? So simple yes or no. Okay, people are still responding, Karen.
Okay.
Okay, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Close the poll. Show the results. Actually, 55% said they do, and 45% said they don't. So maybe there are portions of the time that they don't.
Okay.
Okay.
And let's keep going.
Next one is, do you pay for your staff to be CPR AED certified? Yes or no? Okay, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Close the poll. Share the results. And let's see, 45% said yes, they do, and 55% said no. So almost an even split.
And just the last question, and then we'll go into the presentation, please.
Okay. There are actually 2 more questions. There's a question about sexual harassment, and then there's another one about currently supporting your trainers by paying education. Do you want both of those?
Yeah, let's go ahead and do them.
Okay. Okay, everyone. The poll's in progress. Do you currently support your trainers by paying for their education? Okay, I'm going to count down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Close the poll. Share the results. 55% said yes, and 45% said no.
Okay, and let's go ahead with the last question, please.
Okay, here we go. Last question. And it is, do you have staff or managers, your staff or managers take a sexual harassment course every 2 years to stay in compliance and protect your company from lawsuits? I apologize. Some of the text must have, the poll didn't allow it. But the question is to protect your company from a possible lawsuit. Okay, I'm going to count down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Close the poll. Share the results. Karen, 27% said yes, they do. 73% said no, they do not.
Okay, perfect.
Okay.
All right, thanks, Deborah, and thank you, everyone, for participating in those questions. And I'm going to go ahead and go forward with the presentation.
Okay.
So what I'm showing you right now is the actual login screen. So you'll have your own unique login, and what you can do is on your intranet, you can put this so that your trainers have a place to be able to log right into the Gold's Gym platform. Smart Fitness University is the world's easiest and most inexpensive way to build a competent and productive personal training team. 3 easy ways to double your PT sales. The more trainers that you have, the more revenue you'll be bringing in. And then having an accredited personal training team. So Smart Fitness, we are NCCA nationally accredited, but we're also a member of the National Board of Fitness Examiners, which means not only is the test accredited, but our course content is also accredited. So we do have a double accreditation. And they also get sales education taught by world-famous Jeffrey Gitomer. So you can take your front desk employee, Michelle, and she works at the front desk, and she's making minimum wage, and she would love to be a trainer. I used to get these calls all the time at my previous job. She doesn't have $500 or $600 to get certified. You have members that are at the gym every day, all day long, and they have their raving fans. They know everybody, and they're a groupie there. You can take a member like Stephanie and just say, you're here every day. We love you. You know everyone. We'd love to get you certified. Get her certified. Give her a username and password, and let her do some personal training. We all have the sales representative, John, who should be making about 100 phone calls a day, but he's not. He has a great personality. He's in great shape. Rather than let him go, just tell him, you know, it's not working in the sales department. However, we think you'd be an awesome trainer. You can give him a username and password and get him certified. And then we have our Group X department who teaches, you know, classes all day long and probably works for competitors because they need to, you know, be able to pay their bills and stuff like that. Your entire Group X department can now get certified as well and stay at the gym for a few hours after teaching their, you know, Group X classes and do some personal training. And then you've got your applicant, Steve, who sends in his resume and says, I'll do anything. I want to help people. Please, I'd like to work for you. So with these 5 scenarios, and then you've got Craigslist and Career Builder, and just anyone that you would meet, whether it's at the grocery store, the car wash, you have the ability to recruit by personality and cherry pick who you want to be working in your facility. The Smart Fitness Solution, we are NCCA nationally accredited. And how it works is the students study from anywhere, and the gym managers can track their progress. So whether or not you have 1, 2, 10, 50, however many locations that you have, with a click of a button, you can go into each location and see who's registered. Everything has report cards. You can see what chapter they're on, what's in progress, what's finished, and what has not been started. And the testing is done right at the gym. So what you would do is pick 1 or 2 people per location. They would take a 10-minute proctor tutorial, and at the very end of the tutorial, they're going to be asked to upload their driver's license. And I'll show you in a moment how that is done, how the testing is done. Every 2 years, like with any accredited certification, the students need 20 hours of CEUs. We have more than enough CEUs to recertify them. Also included is the actual recertification. So now you can certify your trainers, and you can also recertify them. They get their sales training taught by Jeffrey Gitomer, and now you can recruit and staff at will. So Smart Fitness, we are a division of the National Council for Certified Personal Trainers, the NCCPT, and we've been in business for over 15 years and certified over 15,000 people. And the NCCPT certification prepares students to work in a commercial or medical facility We also establish a code of conduct which emphasizes the mindset of professionalism and service required to turn results into sales. And Smart Fitness equals intelligent solutions. We teach personal trainers how to train their clients in a safe and effective way to get ultimate results with the people they're working with. This is inside the platform, so when you log in, you can see it's completely branded. You've got your personal training education, you've got your sales training, the CEUs, everything in the training center. Here's just a snapshot of inside the actual chapters. It's very, very colorful. Each of the chapters are taught by a different expert in the field, so that the trainers do get different personalities. It's very, very interesting for them to study. And this is John Patero. He is our Director of Education. And it comes with printable material as well, so they can print up the material. So now they can print it, they can read it, they can hear it from the instructors lecturing, and they can see it. It's very, very visual. So here's just a screenshot of 4 of the different chapters that we have. Here's 4 more. All of the exercise application is actually done in the gym at the equipment, taught by our director with an actual client. So there's about 130 exercises in there. Some of them might be 5 minutes long, some are 15 minutes long. They're very, very detailed. And this is a report card that we have. Everything in the system does have a report card associated with it. So if you were to hire somebody and say, have you started your studies, and they were to say, yes, I'm on chapter 6, you can actually go in and look at someone's report card and see exactly what each person has done. When it's time to take the final exam, the proctor that took that 10-minute proctor tutorial is simply going to click select on the personal training exam. They're going to locate their student, and they're going to sit down in front of the webcam and capture the student's ID, their CPR card, and they're going to be asked to sit in front of the webcam one more time. We're going to compare that picture with the driver's license that they had submitted with their proctor tutorial. And we have our student here. She's going to sit and take her test. It says enter full screen mode, so she must stay in a full screen mode like this. If she tries to minimize her screen, she will see this red block pop-up come up, and she's got 20 seconds to get back into full screen mode. Otherwise, it's an automatic fail. And then here's the actual certificate that they get. And Joe, I think I'm going to ask you right now to just tell a little bit about how you are able to get all your trainers through our platform and how it's working for you, because you do an amazing job with it.
Well, I appreciate that. In the beginning, it wasn't that easy, but we really had to give the trainer some added value to the program to have them understand why we were trying to get everybody on the same consistent level of education, consistent level of application when it came to their certification. And 8 of our gyms to get certified, and probably 95% of them hit that deadline. The few, the 5% of the troubled children, we had to work with them a little bit, but we eventually got everybody certified. And now coming on board, if you're going to be a personal trainer with us, you have to get Smart Fitness certified within the first 60 days. And it's a condition for continued employment. We require all of our trainers to be Smart Fit certified, in addition to any other certifications that they want to get on their own. And the way our system is set up, the more certifications and the more education and experience that you have, the higher your level is as a personal trainer and the more you make per session. So for us, it took a good, working with you and the team, Karen, it probably took us a good 6 or 8 months to really get everybody on board and get to the point where everybody understood why we wanted everybody to get certified, and then we got it done very quickly thereafter.
Excellent. Okay, thank you, Joe. And moving on, so with regards to continuing education, they simply click select on continuing education. Here's some of the courses that we have in there now, and we're constantly adding to it. We just, April 1st, started our first quarterly launch, which is also part of the continuing education. We have functional training in there, and we've filmed some things such as kettlebell training, small group training, interval training, and every 3 months there will be something added to our quarterly launches so that your trainers constantly have something new to be studying. This is my favorite slide. This actually shows you the person's name and the location that they're at. It's going to tell you the date that they attempted the exam. We do give 3 attempts to pass the test, so they have 3 attempts within a 12-month period. And it's going to tell you the date they got certified, and for HR purposes, it's going to tell you with a click of a button the date that they expire. Our platform will also count their CEUs. So when they've got their 20 here, all that proctor has to do is log in and click Recertify here. They'll capture the student's ID and their CPR card and submit it, and that's all that's needed. So it's very, very easy to be able, I always say, once a month to have your manager log in, and someone that has 11 CEUs or has 2 or whatever it is, they know that they need 20. It's very easy for that manager to let that person know you're about to expire next month or in 2 months. Get onto the Smart Fitness platform and get the rest of your CEUs. If your students decide to go outside of Smart Fitness for continuing education, that's not a problem. They can either fax in or scan it into me, and we will add that to the platform as well and keep track for you. Here's Mr. Jeffrey Gittimer, and basically what we have as part of each of these 6 books, it's put into a fabulous 14-chapter course. And you can see here the topics that he goes over. He'll have you write your own mission statement, how to get your calls returned. Talks about price versus cost. It's a great course. I do recommend that every single person on staff go through it. And it's basically a PowerPoint presentation followed by a lecture. And to sum it up, Smart Fitness University is the world's easiest and most inexpensive way to build a competent and productive personal training team. You can take your clubs to the next level, certify literally as many as you need, have everybody on the same platform, get your CEUs and recertification for no extra cost, give your staff sales education taught by Jeffrey Gittimer, and track everyone's progress. We've just added last week CPR and AED went live, so all the education is on our platform. It's adult, child, and youth CPR AED. We're working on a sexual harassment course, which will be done by July. We also have customer service training that is done. Probably many of you are familiar with Blair McCaney, but he's actually doing a customer service training with trackability. So again, everything has a report card attached to it. And we're working on a group exercise certification that we're very, very excited about. That should be coming in September. And that's my presentation. Deborah, does anybody have any questions? I would be more than happy to answer some questions.
Okay, great. Karen, thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
I don't have any questions that are, ready in the dialog box, but let's give everyone a moment to think about this. We do have, okay, here we go. Here's one question. I want to also remind everyone that if you prefer to simply raise your hand, I'll be glad to unmute your line. Okay. Shannon is asking, does NASM accept Smart Fitness courses for CECs?
Actually, NASM will give 16 hours of CEUs towards recertification when trainers go through our CPT. So we've already been pre-approved for that. As far as the continuing education, you would just petition. I think it's $25. You could staple them all together. Our CEUs, when you go through our CEUs, immediately the trainers are able to print a certificate of completion. They don't have to wait for anything. It pops up right away. So again, the CPT certification is good for 16 hours of CEUs.
Okay. Karen, Oscar Socito is asking about the cost of Smart Fitness.
Okay, with regards to the cost of Smart Fitness, for 1 or 2 locations, it's $149 a month. And again, that is to literally put through as many people as you want, unlimited. If there's 3 or more locations, it would be $99 a month per location. And then the CPR and AED, again, the information is there for everyone. If the club wants to provide it for their trainers, it would be $19.99 a month per location, but that would be for unlimited. So you could put your child care, your sales team, your PT, as many people as you want per month. And then we would give you a promo code that your trainers would use to make the test free. So the material's there anyway. When it's time for the test, you as a club owner have the opportunity to pay that $19.99 a month for unlimited. If you don't want to pay that, it's not a problem. If the trainers go through it, they can simply put in their own credit card information, and it would be $19.99 a month for them.
Okay, great. Karen, we have Robert McCoy with us. And Robert, you have your hand raised, so I'm going to unmute your line. Robert, you're welcome to ask your question. Okay. Karen, Robert has a microphone connection.
Okay.
So let me see. Oh, he's typed a message in, so let me read his message. So I think he was elaborating on what the question just answered about cost. He's saying, so a current trainer can get CEUs free that will credit other certifications, for instance, NASM.
Absolutely. So yes, all the trainers that you have on staff right now, many of them don't even have the money anyway to get recertified. It can be, $300 or $400. It gets quite costly. So it's twofold. You can say, don't worry about that. Just get onto the Smart Fitness platform and get certified so that they do continue to have an accredited certification. And then also, yes, they can. Anybody can go in and do the continuing education and submit CEUs for their current bodies of education.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And, well, we do have a couple of people asking for your presentation, Karen, so with your permission, we'll send that out to everyone after the webinar, okay, with your contact information. Also, someone is asking about the courses for the CPR training and also the sexual harassment. How are the courses structured so that they would, do they meet some criteria or guidelines to protect a business against a lawsuit or if anything were to happen?
Well, the CPR and AED is done through the American Safety Training Institute, and they are accredited. So I'd be more than happy to, send the link for that, the CPR AED. With regard to sexual harassment, that's being done by some top attorneys actually in Los Angeles, and I know that LA, I believe, has the most strict rules USA-wide. So it's going to be, done out here, and it should definitely more than cover, all the other states with regards to sexual harassment.
Mm-hmm. Okay, very good. Oscar has asked a supplemental question, I think, again, about the cost. So he's using an example. So for only $1,200 for one of 6 locations, for example, to certify everyone, including front desk, PT, Group X, everyone, et cetera, is that really the cost? Because
yes.
It's based on the number of locations.
Yes, if there's 6 locations, it is only $99 per location, and if you have 100 trainers, you can certify literally as many as you want for that one price per month per location. So it would be $99 a month for as many as you want to go through it.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. I don't see any other written questions. There are people definitely kind of multiples of the same question that are asking more about cost. That Karen, you can follow up afterwards. So for everyone sitting in on this webinar today, by the fact that you registered and used an email address, Karen will be able to follow up with you after today's presentation. So,
Joe, can I jump in for a sec?
Sure.
So we've been working with Smart Fitness and Karen and Rich and those guys for about 2 years. And I got to say, and I appreciate Karen asking me to be on the panel today. I got to say it's been a great experience for us. Initially, we were one of the first people, I think, to jump on board with it. It was a little bit of a challenge getting some of our trainers to understand why we were doing it, like I said before. But really, when we started positioning it as a requirement for all of our trainers and then using it as a recruiting tool for new trainers getting on board, and then in addition to that, we figured out that, well, just like the gentleman Oscar was asking, getting everybody certified, we've opened it up to all of our employees in all 8 of our locations for certification, from our housekeeper to our kids club employee, front desk. We want all of our employees to be as educated as possible. And when we started sending out emails to our employee base saying, hey, as part of our organization, you're going to get a free personal training certification. It was amazing how many people came out of the woodwork and are now personal trainers for us. They've really, it's really helped us recruit internally, externally, and now it's part of our benefit package. So when somebody comes in, a new hire, no matter whether you're an instructor teaching 1 hour a week or you're behind the front desk 10 hours a week or you're a full-time manager, everybody has the ability when you come on board with us to get personal training certified. And now that the CPR and AED add-on has been rolled out, we're going to offer that as well. So, you know, it's a competitive environment out there to get employees and get quality employees. So having this additional benefit of this free education is really helping us recruit, retain, and find employees within our organization that can support and add to our company in a different capacity. And it's been great. I appreciate over the last 2 years all the support that Karen and Rich and the Smart Fitness team have been able to provide for us. And it's great now. A lot of our guys who got certified 2 years ago are now up for recertification, and they love the program. And the sales side of it, we've only dipped our toe in it. We haven't had a chance to really dig into it very much at all. And we know it's a great tool, and that's going to be our next step for our evolution of being able to get the most out of this program, is to use the sales side of it as well. So all in all, we've been very happy with Smart Fitness, and we're looking forward to a continued relationship for a very long time.
Excellent. Deborah, I just wanted to also say we are working with about 200 Gold's Gyms currently. Also, one thing I forgot to mention was we do have in our platform we recently added, it's called Introduction to Personal Training. So basically it's a mini CPT. It's like half of the Certified Personal Trainer program. We designed that for, you know, the front desk person that's on the phone checking somebody in, and a client is saying, do you know where this piece of equipment is? Or the sales team, so that the sales team has an idea, a little bit of knowledge about personal training. So that's brand new on the platform too. I wanted to bring that up.
Interesting. Karen, do you have a slide that shows your contact information here towards the end of the presentation?
I don't.
Okay. Well, what we will do is we will send this PowerPoint out to everyone that registered. So even when you folks register for webinars, we include you in all of the follow-up communication. And we'll be sure to include Karen's contact information there. So Robert McCoy, Karen has asked, is the mini CPT live now and available?
Yes, it is.
Okay, great. He's also asking, does every NCAA certification allow your CEU program for recertification?
I haven't had any feedback that it has not. There are actual courses with hours attached to them. So as far as I know, everybody would. You would just have to petition like you would anyway. You know what I mean? You would just petition them. Yeah, but they should be fine because we are accredited. So yeah. Yes.
Okay, great. Now, Karen, I'd like to ask, is Smart Fitness going to be at the Gold's Gym Convention coming up?
Absolutely. We will be in booth 332, and if you are coming to the convention, please be sure and stop by and say hello. The other thing is, if anybody would like me to do a presentation for your team, your managers, your sales team, I would be more than happy to do that as well. I'll be contacting you after the webinar and be more than happy to set up a webinar so I could share it with your team as well and give them access to the course. If anybody on this call would like me to create a username and password for them so you can go in and look at everything, I'd be more than happy to do that as well.
Okay, great. Karen, I'm sorry, I had some interference in some of what you just said, but can you, on the call, because of the fact that we're recording this call, and members may go into the GGFA library to listen to the session at a future date, so please give everyone the best phone number to reach you and your email address.
Absolutely. My phone number, I'll give you my cell phone, which is 818-631-5177. I'm in California. And my email address is Karen, K-A-R-E-N-P, as in Paul, Karen P, at smartfitness.com.
Great. Thank you so much. And I'd like to add that for all of you that are registered and planning to attend the Gold's Gym Convention, the GGFA will once again be hosting an Internet cafe during the daytime hours, all 3 days, Monday through Wednesday, July 15th through 17th. Gold's Gym International has moved the convention to a new venue, so we're excited about that. We'll be at the MGM Grand, and we'll be in a little bit of a different space. So we decided to rename this space for daytime as the GGFA Business Suite. We'll still have, beverages and computers, and it'll be a great place to mingle with your friends there. So please be sure to stop in the Business Suite. And we always invite Karen and Rich and the Smart Fitness team to stop in there and mingle as well. So you may very well run into Karen and Rich there. So.
And we could also do a presentation. I'll be in Vegas. I'll be there the whole time. So if you want to do a presentation live, we can do that as well.
Super. Okay. Karen, I don't see any other written questions. So let me check one more time for raised hands. No, but this has been wonderful. What an exciting program, and the GGFA we've had this relationship with you guys since you started the program, and it's amazing how it's grown. Not only the number of Gold's Gyms that are on your platform now and using it, but the just the assortment and of programs and courses that are offered now. It's just amazing.
Well, thank you.
We're very happy to, spend this time with you again today. Karen, please wish Rich and Mike and the whole team the best. Joe, thank you for joining us as well and sharing, your case study with everyone as to the success of the program. We have recorded today's session, so if some of you have sat in today and would like to revisit this recording or encourage someone on your team to listen, we take our recordings and place them in the library within 2 weeks, usually much less than that, and then we send a standalone out so everyone knows that the recording is now in the library. Nonetheless, you will all receive the follow-up thank you from us shortly, and I'll be sure that you have Karen's information. She may also follow up with you, with several of you that may want some more specific information, some of those questions, Karen, that we'll get together about. It looks like we may have one more comment, and this is from Donna Sullivan. Karen, do you have a non-compete form for clubs after you certify the staff as trainers?
We have not been asked for that. Can you just allow? You mean if the trainer was to go work somewhere else? If you could just elaborate a little bit more on that.
Okay, we'll watch for Donna to do that. Every question is a great question.
Absolutely.
Yes, she says yes. What you just said is exactly the case.
Once the trainers get certified, they are certified, so it is their certification, and they can go, work wherever they want, just like with any other accredited certification. But I'll say that with Smart Fitness, I think for retention purposes, because we do offer the free continuing education and the free recertification, trainers stay at their locations, because I know that when they get certified, to get recertified, it costs, I'm going to say from my experience, $300 or $400 minimum for them to get recertified. They're going to stay with the location. They're getting their education for free, and that for retention purposes, they want to stay at their locations. It hasn't been a problem at all. If a trainer does leave, you can very easily go in and turn off their accessibility to the platform so they can't log in anymore. Does that answer?
Karen, I'll watch for her.
Okay.
To respond. But great points. Yes, she said okay.
Okay.
Okay. So Karen, thank you so much. We really
Deborah,
appreciate it.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Joe. Thank you, everybody, for logging into this call. I'm excited to share and look forward to working with many of you and talking with you after this phone call.
Great. All right. Thanks, everyone. If there are any additional questions that we may have missed that come in as we close, Karen, be sure to follow up with you one-on-one. But thanks, everyone, for your time today. Have a great rest of the day and rest of the week. Hope
Bye,
to see
everyone.
you.
Have a great day.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Thank you.